second inductee this evening is Liberty Cash. Liberty is a native of Memphis, Tennessee, earned 3 letters for the Statesmen football team as one of the lead tailbacks for the legendary coach Horace McCool. Cash was named the team's leading rushing champion in 1964 with 596 yards on 129 carries against a grueling schedule. Cash also had 66 yards receiving and scored 3 touchdowns. Cash was a part of 21 Statesmen victories during his 3 seasons here at Delta State against only 8 losses. Cash also served the student body as president of the SGA and secretary-treasurer of the Fellowship of Christian Athletes. Our next inductee, Mr. Liberty Cash.
Well, to start off with, when I came over to Delta State in 1963, I want everybody to know that that was the best move I ever made in my life. I'm now 70 years old, and I look back on it, and the best move, and repeat myself, but the best move I made in my career was when I transferred from Ole Miss, University of Mississippi, to Delta State University. And I'll never forget the day that I arrived at Delta State in the fall of 1963 and met Coach McCool for the first time, and went on and had practice that day. And back then, under Coach McCool, we were known, Coach McCool's philosophy, and we were known as 3 yards, 4 yards, and a cloud of dust. We didn't really know what a long pass was. And I was a tailback, more so a small fullback than a tailback. And we had, the year that we came over here in 1963, there were several, I think there was 10 of us that came over at one time from the University of Mississippi. And that's what we did. In 63 and 64, it was 4 yards and a cloud of dust. And I remember every time I'd run the football, I remembered that I needed to get at least 4 yards, because 3 of them 4 is 12, and that'd be a first down, okay? And that's what we tried to do. And overall, I think in my career, I did average a little over that. But we ran the ball a lot there for 2 years, and then our senior year, when we really had what I consider a really good football team. When I say that, it was composed mostly of the seniors from Southeastern Conference that had transferred to Delta State University to be with the Statesmen and Coach McCool. And we had people from University of Mississippi, Mississippi State, Tennessee, Georgia, just about every school in the Southeastern Conference. And so that's the reason I want everybody to also understand the way I feel about our 1965 team is that we could have played with anybody. Back in 1965, we played teams and beat teams like Tampa, University of Tampa in Florida. They were ranked in Division I college back then, universities. We beat Tampa, we beat Troy State. Our senior year, we beat everybody we played. We played just about all the Louisiana schools except LSU and beat all of them. We lost by 1 point, 1 ball game at Jacksonville State. Poured down rain all day long, and we just had really a tough football game. And we finally got down to scores 10-9. We're on the 5-yard line going in. Got time for, it's 3rd down, got time for 2 plays. And we run a play on 3rd down. Coach McCool sending a play. We're trying to get back to the middle of the field so we can kick a field goal. Well, our quarterback, Mike Benson, a good friend of mine who was an outstanding quarterback and passer, he decided that he knew a play that would work, passing play that would work, and we'd go ahead and score a touchdown. Well, we ran the pass play and did not score, okay? So it left us on the 5-yard line, left hash mark. Pouring down rain. Payne Spence came in to kick our field goal from the 5-yard line, left hash mark, and he missed it by 1.5 inches. And we lost that ball game. The clock ran out right then. We lost by 1 point, 10-9. It was the only loss we had that year. And I believe our team in 1965 at that time could have played with anybody in the Southeastern Conference. This is, out of all the things that I've been through and accomplished in my life, this is number 1. Delta State is home, and it always has been since 1963. And it's just like coming home. It's just, when I transferred from University of Mississippi, I felt like before I got here, I was a number, one student out of several thousand. When I got to Delta State, I felt like that I was known by my name, not a number. I was known by my name. I could talk with my teachers, my professors. My teachers and professors cared about me. They would help you any way they can. A perfect example of what I'm talking about is Mr. Ray Wilson, who is going to receive an award here this weekend. He was a math teacher. Even though I did not take math under him, I had a lot of friends that did and got to know him quite well and still do. But Mr. Wilson would go out of his way to help any athlete or anybody else that needed help, but especially athletes, to help them as far as passing math. Now, he wouldn't give them anything, but he would stay after class and he would work with them until they understood what was going on in that math class. And he was one of many that we had then at Delta State that would help you in any way that you needed help. I've got a lot of people at Delta State that I really look up to, and I don't want to start naming names because I know I'll forget somebody. But I was fortunate enough after I graduated, I came back to Delta State and worked with the foundation here at Delta State for 6 years with Coach Boo Ferris and Hugh Ellis Walker. And those are two most outstanding individuals you'll ever meet in your life. Favorite times at Delta State? I have several. Number one, I met my wife at Delta State. If I had not transferred to Delta State in 1963, I never would have met my wife. And we have 3 lovely children and 6 grandchildren and 1 great grandson. So I've met so many friends here at Delta State, teachers and students. I was also a member of the KA fraternity while I was here at Delta State, in addition to being president of the Student Government Association while I was here. And I've got so many memories. I could probably talk to you for days just on the things that we did and the things I really enjoyed. It's just all the difference in the world. I became, and I'm not saying this boastfully, but I became a man at Delta State University. When I came over here, I was a young man, a boy, and I feel like that I came to Delta State and I grew up right here on campus. And I got involved with the football program, the Kappa Alpha fraternity, and student government, and Fellowship of Christian Athletes. I also served 2 years on the Men's Judiciary Committee, was president of that 1 year and vice president the year before that. And the life here on campus is outstanding. And you feel like you belong and you're at home.
Why did you stick around Cleveland?
Why did I stick around Cleveland? All right, well, I didn't just stick around Cleveland. When I graduated, I taught school and coached for 6 years. I coached at Belzona High School, West Tallahatchie High School, and Hattiesburg Blair High School. After that, I went to work. A lot of people don't know this, but after that, I went to work at the Mississippi State Penitentiary and went there as Federal Programs Coordinator, and after a few years I moved up to Deputy Superintendent, and then I was a warden for a while, and then when I left I was Deputy Commissioner of Institutions in the state of Mississippi. When I left there I went into the farm equipment business for 6 years, which, you know, I think everything you do has a purpose. Everything that comes your way, things happen to you, and I think everything happens for a reason. And after I left the farm equipment business, I came back to Delta State and worked with the foundation for 6 years and enjoyed that thoroughly. And then while I was at Delta State, I learned how to sell life insurance. We have a program with the foundation where we sell life insurance policies, making Delta State the beneficiary down the road. Well, I got involved with that, and I guess that's the reason and how I finally ended up in the insurance business, selling life insurance, property and casualty and so forth. And I've been in the insurance business now for 27 years. So because of Delta State, I feel like that I've been very fortunate.
We're only here for a very short